Hey everyone, it's Arthur again from Lego Education, and let's continue with our explanation about the humanoid project. Last video we were talking about prototyping with the Lego bricks, a little bit of sketching and trying to organize, trying different ideas, how to test movements, and we were using this prototype of arm. And today we are going to move to the big robot. But before that, I just want to explain some of my findings when I made this prototype like this. Remember that I was talking about the size of the scale of the robot. So as you can see, the robot arm looks pretty good on size. I was able almost to use just motors, so I don't know if I could make it smaller, but as you can see, 4 motors and everything is quite light, it's working. So one of my findings was, okay, the scale is pretty good, so the robot, if I'm doing just the torso, it will be like this size. And after that I said, okay, maybe we should just add the legs. But when we have a project like this, you can go in so many different ways, and adding legs to the robot, what the robot will do, it will walk. Well, probably you know how hard it is to make robots walk. Just with 2 legs, it's really complicated. And when we are thinking about Lego bricks and the motors that we have here, probably we don't have the right power to do the whole thing. Of course, you can use all the tricks, and maybe the robot will be quite slow moving. Maybe you can do that. But in my case, my goal was to create a robot, humanoid, that could mimic my movements, that could mimic human movements. So it could be quite natural, smooth. So in that sense, I didn't want to use the legs just as we could think. So I built another small model to explain a little bit my goals with this. So I have just a small biped robot here. So it's just a mock-up, right? And normally I do this kind of prototypes a lot. So it's something that I will play with my hands, and we can check how it will move. As you can see here, I'm not moving the legs. And imagine if I need to add motors for each joint, I will use several motors. But we can use a trick here. If my robot will not walk around, will be in a stand, I could have like the body, the torso, and everything in one place, and I could move this, and the legs would follow. It would make things much easier. It's almost like a puppet. So in a puppet, what happens that who is controlling the puppets is controlling the end of the arm, and the arm will follow it. In the same case we can do here. So instead of having all the motors around, we can have just a structure moving the body up and down. And my plan was to have like rotating also. The only thing that I'm adding here, and you are going to see it creates a really cool movement, is I add 2 motors, 1 for each feet. And so you can do things like this. So I'm moving just the feet, and all the joints will follow it. There is no motors, there's nothing here, just a structure, and it follows. So that's the basic concept for the body and for the legs. Let's move to the big one. So, ta-da! Let's see it here. So, here it's Elles. That's her name. And I call her, and I believe it's her, but yeah, from the beginning, I know she's quite strong, but I call always her, yeah. And as you can see, I have the same arm that you saw before. So, and so the same thing. So that's the kind of movements that we can do with with the arms. So like if we want to have Elles waving, we could easily do this. Hi, Alice. Yeah, good. Here are the legs, and here I have like a big lift that lift the whole robot. And we are going to talk more about this because here I need to have like a motor with enough torque to lift the whole thing. And that I made almost like the same kind of prototype that we did with the arm, but just the lift here. And to test that, I placed several hubs on top of that just to create weight and to see if it could lift. Here I have the legs, and so I have like a motor down here that moves the feet. So going, you can see here that I have a Spike Essential hub here, and I have ultrasonic, but I'm not using them as a function today. I'm planning for the future. Like if I want to create interactions with the robot and you want to be in front of it, I could use the two ultrasonic sensors to detect if someone is in front of it. But right now it's just, I'm just using the lights as a effect. But it's a dummy leg, so there is no motors here. But the robot has several different joints here. So let's go from bottom to up. So I have the two feet here, so 2 foot here. I have the lift that goes up like this, goes down like this. I have like the full body I can move like this, and as you can see, like the legs are moving, so doing this and this. Okay, I also have the torso doing this and this. In the beginning, I just had the idea of having just the full body moving, but I realized that I had a little bit of space here, and I thought, okay, maybe it could be nice to divide. And when we start to move to animation, we are going to explain a little bit more about this, but it creates a completely different situation, because moving in different steps, like dividing the body and having the neck, it creates such a natural movement. It makes a lot of sense. So we have like one section moving the whole body here, another section moving just the torso. The head is, it has a quite complicated mechanism. I will show when we move to the virtual twin, but it has two motors that works together to create different positions. So I can just turn the head like this, and again, it's quite interesting. We need to create like some characteristic for this character, for Elles, and like a dog that when turns the head like this. So we can do this kind of stuff to create like we can simulate some expressions, like if it's the robot has a question or in doubt of something, it can turn like this. If it's paying attention to something, so it's nice to have that movement. And with the two motors, we can also move it to going up and down. So I don't know if I will be able to do so, like going up like this. I have another motor that will rotate the neck, so the head. And the last one is the one that I think was my last addition to this robot. That was the ears. So it is another quite interesting element. And again, when we want to create expressions and you want people to interact with your robot, you need to create emotions. So and it's like small details like this, ears that moving up and down, it creates a quite interesting element to animate. When we are looking for references on this, it's interesting to see animals, because like maybe cartoon or things like that, because they use several tricks because the robot will not talk, it doesn't have eyes, so it doesn't have the face expression. So how can we use the body communication to really communicate something? Well, here's the robot. I will get the same thing that we did last time. So I would get one of the hubs and we can see how it's moving. I think it has the program 0. And I did the last time I did the same thing, like with the arm. So I made like a program that I have like one handle that I would try to move the motor. And it's quite important because I'm not using my hands to see if it will work or not. So I will grab the motor. Let's see which one it is. This one. So yeah, so here you can see I'm using the motor and I am able to lift the whole robot. I'm happy with the speed. I'm not expecting to be so fast on this because I'm using a lot of the power to have a lot of torque, but you can see I'm able to move up and down. Okay, just to show, let me put that here, otherwise it will not move. So let's show the leg, the foot. So again, so as you can see here, it's moving. Just the movement like this is nice because it looks like it's pressing something, it's mashing something, right? So yeah, cool. I will put it back. Let me show another movement. Let's see if I will remember which one is. So this one is one of the turning tables. Whoops, I need to stop before turning. So here you have another movement. Great. So when I was happy with the full robot, I start to move to the next phase because like I don't want to code it using just a small Python or like simple commands of motors. Go to this position, go to that position. If we want to create movement that are quite smooth, we need to combine several motors in the same target, and that's what we are going to do in the next video. So based on this, we are going to create a virtual twin, so a virtual model of this, and we are going to use Studio. And Studio is a software that was designed by the community from Bricklink, and it's free. You can use to document your projects, to share, to buy also elements. And we are going to use it to create the 3D model that we are going to use in the animation software later. So, but that's where we are. So, see you.